I'm 79 years old, and I'm telling you this because I don't have the luxury of waiting anymore. For most of my life, I believed I was doing the right thing. I worked, I provided, I built something, and I told myself that was what fathers did. That was what good men did. They sacrificed. They gave their families security. They made sure the bills were paid and the future was stable. I wasn't wrong about any of that, but I wasn't right either. My son is 47 now. My daughter just turned 44. We talk maybe 3 or 4 times a year. Birthdays, holidays. The conversations are polite, surface level. They ask how I'm doing. I ask about their lives. We fill the silence with weather and work updates. Then we hang up. And I sit here in this quiet house knowing that I am a stranger to my own children. I didn't mean for it to happen. That's the thing nobody tells you. You don't wake up one day and decide to lose your family. It happens in 1,000 small moments you don't even notice at the time. I was 32 when my son was born. I had just been promoted to regional manager. It was everything I'd worked for. My father had been a factory worker his whole life, and I watched him come home every night exhausted, defeated. I swore I would do better. I would climb higher. I would give my family more than he could give us. So when my son was a baby, I was traveling 4 days a week, territory meetings, client dinners, conferences in cities I barely remember now. My wife would call and put him on the phone, and I'd hear him babbling, and I'd tell myself, this is temporary. Once I make senior VP, I'll have more control over my schedule. I made senior VP when he was 7. By then, my daughter had been born, and the company was expanding into new markets. I was essential. That's what they told me, and I believed it. I believed I was building something important. I believed my kids would understand one day, when they were older, when they saw the house we lived in and the college funds I'd set up. I missed his first day of kindergarten. I missed her dance recital when she was 9. I missed the parent-teacher conferences, the soccer games, and the school plays. My wife went to all of it. She took the photos. She clapped in the audience. And when I got home, she'd show me the pictures, and I'd say, I'm so proud, and I'd mean it. But I wasn't there. I told myself it didn't matter. Kids are resilient, I thought. They don't remember every little thing. What they'll remember is that they never went without, that they had opportunities. What I didn't understand was that children don't experience love as a concept. They experience it as presence. When my son was 12, he stopped asking me to come to his baseball games. I remember feeling relieved. I told myself he was becoming independent and mature. I didn't realize he just learned not to expect me. When my daughter was 14, she started spending more time in her room. My wife said it was normal teenage stuff. I assumed she was right. I didn't know that she'd stopped trying to talk to me because every time she started, I was checking my phone or thinking about work. The years went by so fast, I kept thinking I'd make it up to them later, once the quarter closed, once the merger went through, once I retired. There was always something just ahead that I had to get past first. My son went to college. I helped him move into his dorm. We carried boxes up 3 flights of stairs, and I tried to give him advice about studying and time management. He nodded politely. We shook hands when I left. It felt formal, like a business transaction. My daughter got married when she was 27. I walked her down the aisle. I gave a toast at the reception. People clapped. But when I hugged her before she left for her honeymoon, she felt stiff in my arms, like she was hugging an uncle she barely knew. I retired at 64. I'd reached every goal I'd set. I had the house, the retirement account, and the respect of my colleagues. I thought I'd finally have time now. Time to reconnect. Time to be the father I'd always planned to become. But you can't resurrect something you let die. My son lives in Oregon now. He's a software engineer. He's married, has 2 kids of his own, my grandchildren. I've met them 4 times. They're polite to me, shy. They don't run to me when I visit. Why would they? I'm the old man who shows up once a year with presents from Amazon. My daughter lives 2 hours away. She's a teacher. She calls on my birthday. She invited me to Thanksgiving last year. I sat at the table with her husband's family, and they were warm and loud and connected. I was the quiet one in the corner, the guest. My wife passed 3 years ago, heart attack. She was 70. After the funeral, my son said, Dad, I know you did your best. It was meant to be kind. But all I heard was distance, forgiveness from someone who'd already let go. I'm not telling you this to punish myself. I've done enough of that. I'm telling you because I think maybe you're like I was. Maybe you're reading this on your lunch break. Maybe your kid is asleep in the next room, and you're thinking, I'll spend time with them this weekend, but this weekend you'll have emails to catch up on. Maybe you think your kids understand. Maybe you think they know you love them because you're working so hard for them. They don't, not the way you think. What I know now is that your children won't remember the size of the house. They won't care about the car you drove or the title on your business card. They'll remember whether you were there, they'll remember if you saw them. I have money, I have comfort. I have a nice chair and a television and shelves full of books I finally have time to read. But I am alone. Not because my children are cruel. They're not. They're kind. They check in. They mean well. But I am not part of their lives. I'm a name on a birthday card, a voice on a phone call that ends too soon. You can't get that time back. That's the thing no one wants to believe. You can't fix it later. You can't make up for the years you weren't there by being there now. Because by the time you're ready, they've already built their lives without you. I don't know what I thought success would feel like. But it wasn't this. I thought there would be more time. That's what I kept telling myself, just a little more time. But time is the one thing you never get back. And by the time I understood that, it was already gone. I'm not asking for your pity. I made my choices. I own them. But if you're young enough that your kids still ask you to play with them, to read to them, to come to their games please, listen to me, those moments feel small. They feel like they can wait. They can't. One day you'll be where I am, and you'll look back, and you'll see all the spaces where you should have been, and it will be too late to fill them. I have a few years left, maybe more, but I know they won't include the things that mattered most. Those years are gone. I just hope yours aren't. There are more stories on this channel, voices from people my age, looking back with honesty at the lives we lived and the understanding that only arrived with time. These are not lessons, just lived experiences shaped by mistakes, loss, love, and reflection. If this stayed with you, you're welcome to subscribe and turn on notifications. Maybe something you hear here will remain with you, quietly, long after the video ends. Keep listening, keep learning, stay human.